What's going on, Jerome's? For the love of everything that's holy, we made it. Oh my goodness, we finally made it to draft day. Tonight is the night of nights where the Minnesota Fighting Vikings will probably be drafting their quarterback of the future. I guess we'll see. Now, we're not going to do a dump. He sees you when you're pooping, full of like, well, sources say that the Vikings can move up or they can move down or they could stay put or blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm over those. I feel like you guys are too, and I'm going to respect your time. So there you go. But we're going to kibitz a little bit this morning as well as this evening. Tonight. Live stream 6:30 p.m. Central Time, the only time zone that matters. We'll also be live streaming Friday, where the Vikings have no picks currently, as of right now, at 6 p.m. on Friday evening as well. And also, this is the climax, the culmination of our annual Draft Month Food Shelf fundraiser. All Venmos, Super Chats during the live streams, cash apps, donations, they usually come into the show, will be sent to Twin Cities Food Shelves. This year, we're working with Every Meal. They do a great job here in the Twin Cities of making sure that kids get enough to eat, because a lot of kids get their nutrition from school, breakfast, lunch, but evenings, weekends, holidays, summers, can be kind of dicey. So Every Meal fills in the gaps. It's a cause near and dear to my heart, and you can donate directly to them. Links are in the description, or any way that you usually donate to the show is great too. And our goal is $2,200. We're currently at about $850. Of course, tonight and tomorrow night during the streams, I'm sure that'll kick up. You guys are the best. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of our heart. Love all that. And the goal is $2,200 because that will feed 2 kids for 3 years. So $2,200. That's what we're going to do. And like I said, we're not going to waste your time with sources say that the Vikings could do this or the Giants could do this or the whatever. But Kwesi is going to be cooking tonight, hibachi style. He's going to make the flaming onion. Actually, I feel like Kwesi would be really good at hibachi. I feel like Kwesi would be really good at anything that he puts his mind to. Like, he's one of those people. You know what I mean? Where it's like, if Kwesi wanted to become the greatest Lego master in the world, or the greatest chef, or the greatest, like, deep sea, well, I was going to say homemade submarine guy, except found out that doesn't work. But yeah, Kwesi is that guy, man. And Kwesi, of course, in the kitchen of Leal, R.I.P. Also, I love the box of Franzia. So I used to work in kitchens, college and whatnot, and it's always just funny because I love looking in kitchens, like working kitchens in a restaurant style, like the flow, how everything works, the cheap brandy that they put in the cream sauce, the Franzia box wine, so there's a couple smells I love. Of course, this is a family show, but. Tangent, more of a tangent. So I put out the idea yesterday. It's like, maybe we should do a secondary channel, an alternate channel where I just cuss and tell dirty jokes and dirty limericks all the time. Because, if you know me in person, I have a very, very foul. I use very foul language. But I understand that this is a family show. I know that a lot of people watch it with their kids, so we try to respect that, right? But what am I talking about? Oh, so things that I love to smell. So the couple of the restaurants I worked at, like, they were mainly seafood places. So just that smell of deep fried calamari, that's so good. Or if you do like a scallop dish or like a shrimp dish, where you're sauteing in a pan and then you hit it with a little bit of that white wine, just that smell of the citrusy alcohol burning off and melting. With that beautiful seared seafood. Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Anyways, we're indeed hoping that Kwesi stunts on these hoes this evening. And in terms of trading up, talked about that ad nauseum, but Jason over the cap brought up a good point. I think one of the worst considerations for the draft is basing anything on need. Nailed it. Use free agency to fill immediate needs. The draft is 4+ years. With the exception of a good quarterback and offensive tackle in their 20s, every position will likely be a position of need in the next 2 to 3 years, which is fair. Now, the Vikings are in a unique spot because they should and could be looking for the quarterback of the future, and what could be the deepest quarterback class in NFL history. Fully understand that, but say that it costs too much to go get their guy, or they don't get good enough value. And Kevin O'Connell has said that he doesn't want to settle. He wants to find the guy. But say the Vikings just stick and pick. Maybe Rome Odunze or Brock Bowers is there at 11. Now, is that a specific need? No. Are they super talented players, potentially transcendent players? Yes. And also, could you imagine Jefferson, Addison, Odunze? And also, could you imagine Hockenson and Brock Bowers together? Baby, certainly would have a stew. But that also applies to defense. Random tidbits around the league. So this could shape the draft. So Sports Illustrated, Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson, stud, and wide receiver T. Higgins, also stud, have requested to be traded from Cincinnati per Adam Schefter. Now, we've said Cincinnati is renowned as one of the cheapest teams in the league, right? And from the NFLPA surveys, that definitely pans out, but also just in terms of salaries, in terms of cash flow, in terms of renegotiating contracts, yes. I mean, the Bengals are there. And yeah, they paid Burrow. I think it's going to be like nails on a chalkboard for them trying to pay Chase. And now Hendrickson wants out, and also Higgins wants out. Now, this is a very good wide receiver draft. This ain't that good of an edge rusher class, because outside of Dallas Turner, Leatu Latu, and Jared Verse, I mean, it's a pretty steep drop-off. So I think Hendrickson might have a market. And I think a team could easily send like a second-round pick to Cincy for Hendrickson. I think that a team that misses out on the top tier of receivers, even though the top tier of receivers is pretty damn deep, probably 10 deep at least, maybe they take a swing at Higgins. We'll see, man. Something we'll also see is the hat sale going on right now. Again, producer Allie would stab me in the ear as I sleep with a sharpened toothbrush. She gets down like that. If I didn't mention this, so 15% off hats at purpleftw.net. Links are down below. Use promo code DRAFTSALE going on through the 26th. So check it out. They're fantastic. They're good to go. Allegedly, they're great. So check out the hats. Oh, I love the Jerome hat. I got to get me a new gray one because I seem to have misplaced my other one. Anyways, go check that out. Someone who could buy a lot of hats from the show is Penei Sewell. So, on top of Amon St. Brown getting paid by the Lions, also it's rumored that Jared Goff might be paid soon. Please give Jared Goff $50 million a year. Garofalo, sources. Lions All-Pro offensive tackle Penei Sewell has agreed to terms on a 4-year, $112 million extension that makes him the new highest-paid offensive lineman in the NFL. The deal, which includes $85 million guaranteed, So, it's noteworthy because Sewell is that right tackle right now. I think once they part ways with Decker, they'll switch him back over the left tackle. But also, this is important for Christian Darrisaw moving forward. Now, is Darrisaw going to eclipse this number? He would have to stay healthy and play at an extremely high level, yes. But also, could Darrisaw get 85 cents on the dollar of this deal? Yes, I think he certainly could. So it's something to keep an eye on. It's just like how the Monroe deal bumped up JJ's forecast. It's interesting what's going on right now, and also you could tell like Kwesi and Rob Brzezinski budgeted for this. Taking care of Jefferson and Darrisaw in the future makes sense. Some of it doesn't make sense. So Drake May, you remember Drake May is young, right? He just turned 21. So I remember my first beer, but making the rounds and all the candidates are in Detroit. This is Detroit, man. This ain't the Super Bowl. Evan Cohen put this out. Important to note, Drake May just told us on Unsports ESPN that University Sports? I don't know. That he eats ketchup with steak and eggs. Now, on the surface, I don't care. It's like the whole, you don't put ketchup on hot dogs debate. We're grown adults. You can do whatever you want. Personally, I'm a mustard and onions and kraut kind of guy. But if you want to put ketchup, put ketchup on. I don't care. It's America. Same thing with pineapple on pizza. But I mean, the whole steak and eggs thing. First off, steak and eggs, fantastic. Ketchup. Now, I've never really been a ketchup on steak guy. I am a ketchup on specifically if you do like an omelet with the eggs. So omelet. Cheese, ham, onions, ketchup. I mean, you're good to go, right? But like scrambled or over easy or fried eggs, feh. But the whole thing about it too is like we said, Drake May is young, and maybe he's got the palate of a child. It certainly happens. You know who else has the palate of a child? Patrick Mahomes. Seemed to work out okay. And also, you know for a fact that steak is well done. That just like first you killed the cow and then you killed it again by cooking it all the way through. But again, you do you. It's America, man. Speaking of Drake May, so Ben Volin, beat writer for the Patriots, whatever. Drake May and his relationship with Vikings quarterbacks coach Josh McCown. Coach McCown, he coached me in high school. His two sons, Owen and Aiden, of course, he got a son named Aiden. Aiden, Jane, Caden were some of my best friends in high school. We still play video games together. Josh was great. He would go play NFL on Sundays. Well, he would back up Sam Darnold with the Jets, and then fly in and coach us on Friday nights. I'm thankful he's in the NFL coaching quarterbacks. He's a great mind and a great player. So, I mean, not really playing anymore. But this sounds, so first off, this sounds like PR polish, yes, but also it sounds like a guy who's resigned to the fact that he's not going to get to the Vikings. Like, I think May's going to go 2 or 3, but we'll see. Something that's, all right, so the crooked Chicago Bears. So they've gone back and forth with posturing. Hey, we're going to move out to the suburbs. Hey, let's renovate Soldier Field. Hey, let's do this. But they put down a proposal for a new stadium, which it's a $4 billion proposal. And the Bears, I mean, respect, are going to pay about half of it in the proposition. But basically, they would build it next to Soldier Field. They would knock down Soldier Field and turn it into like a park and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, man. Like, I feel like the first thing that people note is where are you going to park? And I know that people be like, well, public transit and all that stuff. There isn't really trains down in that area. And also, well, just take an Uber. Do you understand? So first off, I mean, the Bears probably won't get 50,000 fans. So do you know what it would be like to wait in an Uber line with 20,000 other people? Also, the surge pricing, please. But I mean, there's lots of ways to go about it, but I don't know, man. This seems sacrilegious for the Bears to play indoors. I don't like it. I know that they want to do it so that they can have concert revenue and stuff during the off season, but like at minimum or at maximum, have it an option where you can have open, like, retractable roof. Do it, because frankly, like, I love US Bank Stadium, but the fact that they haven't had the doors open in a late season game. Even though the Vikings should be playing outdoors. But we'll see what happens with the Bears. I'm sure that they'll just move. Move to Champaign. Go ahead. And Harrison Smith. So the NFL draft is coming up. And we were going to do like a whole thing about reading Vikings players' scouting reports from back in the day, except we ran out of time, and also I don't care enough. But with Harrison Smith, who's returning for another season, Vikings Ring of Honor, should be Hall of Famer. We'll see, but love me some Harry the Hitman. This is his draft profile from NFL.com. Harrison is an athletic, big, and smart safety who has roamed the secondary as a 4-year starter and senior captain for Notre Dame. No. He is the type of safety who is always involved, using his quickness, recognition, and overall body control to react effectively to plays, which he has just adequate speed. He makes up for this deficiency with strong play recognition and anticipation, and he's often in the position to make a play on the ball. Overall, Smith is a smart, athletic defender who should push to start early in a zone-heavy NFL scheme. Expect him to contend for a late first-round selection with the help of impressive postseason workouts and interviews. And that's exactly what happened. Spielman traded up in the back end of the first round for Harrison, and seemed worked out. Where I know that Spielman gets a lot of poop for the quarterback position not working out, or Kurt being sort of whatever, but he nailed Harrison Smith. So Xavier Rhodes is good for a hot second. Danielle Hunter was looking really damn good. Also, finding B-Rob and Everson in the mid-rounds, that's pretty damn fantastic. Jefferson and Darisaw, and, Spielman wasn't that bad. That's all. Speaking of not bad, speaking of very, very, very damn good, Naz Reid winning 6th Man of the Year. It's fantastic. Great accolades. Also, the pride of LSU, Skol SU, connected. So, there we go. But that is it. Again, I didn't want to waste everyone's time with all that hooting and hollering about they could move up. Oh, they could move down. Oh, the Patriots talking tough. I don't know, man. But mercifully, draft day is finally upon us. Join us for the live stream tonight, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, the only time zone that matters. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.